Hi, today I want to talk to you about masks. I've been getting a lot of questions about masks, what type to buy, and do we need to be more worried now with the more infectious Omicron variant? So, a few quick tips, and the two things that you want to think about when you're thinking about masks are the two, what I call the two F's, and that has to do with fit and filtration. So, when you think about the type of mask that we, for instance, wear at the hospital, which I've got an example here. This is an N95 mask. The reason it's rated N95, and that's a designation that we have here in the United States, is it has to do with the size of particles that it's able to filter out. The KN95 designation is something that is used outside the United States, but in general provides a very similar level of filtration. So that's great. But one thing you may not realize is that when we at the hospital are actually fitted for an N95, and we get this done annually, it's not just about the filtration, because if it was just filtration, everybody could get the same mask and we would be done. It's also about fit. And some of the more classic masks that we have used, at least at the University of Michigan, actually come in 3 different sizes. And so we would have to get fit if you were pregnant or anything had changed, you had a beard, anything that affected how tight the seal was around the mask, we would get tested with a saccharin solution to make sure we absolutely could not taste anything for several minutes. So I think these are two important things to think about when you're trying to pick out a mask for your family. It's not just about filtration, it's also about fit. Now, for much of the pandemic, I, like probably most of you, have been using these fabric masks. This is happens to be I think a double or triple ply one, which definitely do provide some protection. You have to remember, masks do two things: they protect the wearer, but they also protect those around the wearer. It serves a dual function. If you cough or sneeze, it will prevent those droplets and aerosols from being spread into the room, but it also filters the air coming in. With the new, more infectious Omicron variant, they're really starting to question whether these cloth masks, though, are effective enough, and whether they really provide enough filtration to provide wearers with protection. One of the problems that we're seeing is that the vaccines are not as effective against the Omicron variant. So I myself am actually stepping up my own mask game for myself and my family. So how am I doing that? Well, one thing you can do is to go to wherever you like to shop, Amazon, Walmart, etc., and look for N95s are hard to get, but you can get often a KN95. Here's an example of just like an N95. I think this might be from like Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, even before the pandemic, actually. This is a KN95 that I think I purchased off of Amazon. But when, so that's one good thing, is that you'll get better filtration. But then when you get the mask, you want to make sure that it fits. So you're going to want to put it, what I recommend are, I think ideally are masks with these wire nose bridges, so that you can really make sure that there's good fit around the nose. But what you're going to want to make sure is that there really isn't air leak around the mask. If it is, you need to look for a different brand. One thing that I think is really nice for kids in particular is if this particular one doesn't have it, actually this one does, are adjustable ear loops, because the mask really does no one any good if it's dripping down below the face or doesn't fit well. So you want, probably for Omicron, higher levels of filtration, N95 if you can get it, as well as good fit. Now, these surgical masks, which are inexpensive and widely available, are not necessarily a bad option. The only thing that bothers me about them is that they don't really have good fit. One thing that you can do to try to improve the fit is to twist the ear loops. That will actually get an even tighter fit with the mask around the face. The other thing that you can do, if you really want to, is to double up. So if you don't like the way this looks, you can use this in combination with a like a thinner fabric mask. The more layers that you have, and again, the closer fit, the better protection you're going to have. All right, what about kids? I think kids are a special situation because often they're going to need to wear their masks for longer. one option, and I have zero affiliation with this brand. I just have used it and have liked it. But one option, this happens to be the brand Halo Mask. But one option is fabric because it is a little bit more comfortable, but it's got a wire nose bridge. It's got adjustable ear loops. It has cloth everywhere, so it still provides a close fit. And unlike most cloth masks, it actually has, and I'll pull it out for you, it actually has a filter inside. And these are washable, and you can also replace the filter. So this is the either this or there are multiple online KN95 disposable options available for children in smaller sizes. Again, this one has the adjustable ear loops. Again, I'm not really advocating for any specific brand here. What I would recommend doing is ordering several types of masks and then seeing what fits each member of your family the best, and then go with that. And again, you really want some level of filtration, I think, now that is greater than what you're going to get with a simple cloth mask. And in order to do that, you can either combine the cloth mask with, say, a surgical mask, or you can go with the N95 option, of which, again, there are many. But if you go with the N9, actually, regardless of which option you go with, remember that fit is just as important as the filtration level.